I'm Nelson Ierson with High Gear Media. We're at Barber Motorsports Park in Alabama to drive the 2013 Porsche Boxster S. At the wheel of the car is David Donohue, professional racing driver at the wheel of a Daytona prototype car in Grand Am's Rolex Sports Car Series, racing for Brumos Porsche. He's also a former class winner at the 24 Hours of Le Mans and overall winner at the 24 Hours of Daytona, beating Juan Pablo Montoya by one of the closest margins in history. Here at Barber, we're not going for outright pace, but instead, Donohue's giving us something of an exhibition lap, running over as many curbs as possible to keep it interesting for you at home. Though Barber doesn't have any excessively long straights, it is a very quick track. It's got a lot of high-speed corners, some interesting elevation changes, and some very tricky technical sections. The Boxster excels at all of these. Its 315 horsepower, 3.4 liter engine pulls it out of the corners very well. It weighs just a touch under 3,000 pounds, but you'd think it was lighter or more powerful because it simply feels quick on track, and that's not something that can be said of a lot of performance cars that are straight off the showroom floor, under about 400 horsepower. You'll notice that some of the cornering speeds seem quite high, and in fact they are. During testing before the event, some of the Porsche drivers experienced G-forces recorded on the internal G meter of up to 1.5 Gs. Now that's with some banking in some of the turns, of course, but that's still a lot of lateral load to generate on the OEM street tires. But those OEM street tires aren't just off the rack, run-of-the-mill rubber you'll find on just any sports car, or even any other sports car on the Porsche lot, because these Pirellis are made specifically for the Boxster, tuned to its suspension, its power needs, and its handling capabilities. The compound itself loves heat. The hotter you get it, the grippier it gets, to a point. That's a very high point, but once you get there, you'll know, because the car begins to get a bit squirmy. That's just the rubber. It's something that happens with all tires. You might not believe it, but Donohue is actually driving this entire session with just one hand. He's holding a radio in his other hand and chatting with me in the passenger seat the whole time. He makes it look effortless, doesn't he? That's in part because the Boxster really is quite easy to drive. In Sport Plus mode, the electronics take care of any really hairy moments you might experience without stepping on a properly driven car. And that, in a nutshell, is the 2013 Porsche Boxster on track.